So in this video, we're going to go over exercise 3/8. So in this exercise problem, it says, Kaya Abbas opened a dental practice on January 1st, 2017. During the first month of operations, the following transactions occurred. So there are 5 transactions occurred, and our instruction says prepare the adjusting entries on January 31st. Accounts titles are accumulated depreciation equipment, depreciation expense, service revenue, accounts receivable, insurance expense, interest payable, prepaid insurance, supplies, supplies expense, utility expense, and utilities payable. So the instructions gives you what account titles to be used. So you basically have everything you need. Okay, the first one it says performed service for patients who had dental plan insurance. So first, at January 31st, $875 of such services were performed, but not yet recorded. So the dentist has performed and fixed some other the customers' teeth, but it is not yet, the dentist is not yet paid. So we have to recognize service revenue because the dentist has performed his service. By how much? $875. And account payable. Oh, account receivable. I'm sorry. On the debit side by same amount, $875. Okay, let's go to the second one. The second one says the utility expenses incurred but not paid prior to January 31st totaled $520. So when a business operates, it uses water, electricity, and all those stuff are called utility expenses. Okay? So utility expense has occurred. Expenses was incurred but not paid. So 520 is not paid yet. Okay? So utilities payable 520 on the credit side. Okay, let's move on to the third one. So the dentist has purchased the dental equipment on January 1st for $80,000, paying $20,000 in cash and signing $60,000 3-year note payable. The equipment depreciates $400 per month and interest is $500 per month. So what we're doing is in adjusting entries. So and many of you have written down that the company has purchased equipment, for example, for equipment, how much worth $80,000 and cash $20,000 and note payable how much $60,000. So many of you have written this down also, but we have to know that we're doing adjusting entries, assuming that this entry is already written down when it was bought. So in adjusting entries, we don't write this. What we have to consider, rather than writing this down, we have to do the depreciation of the equipment and the interest expense. Alright, so this is already written down when the transaction occurred, so we don't have to do this in adjusting entries. So this is already journalized. Journalized. Okay, so some of you, those of you who wrote this down for your answer, please remove it, and you only need to consider. You only need to have to consider the depreciation and interest expense. So it says that the equipment depreciates $400 per month, and interest is $500 per month. So depreciation expense $400. And what do you have in the credit side? Yes, you have accumulated depreciation equipment by the same amount. So this is the January 31st adjusting entry. And this one on the above, this is already journalized when transaction occurs. So it's not January 31st item. Okay, then for the interest, we have to use the interest expense by $500. And did they pay yet? Let me see. They did not pay yet. It doesn't mention about paying interest on a monthly basis, so we have to write it interest payable by $500. Okay, that's number 3. Number 3 is this. Okay, then let's move on to number 4. Number 4, it says purchased a 6-month malpractice insurance policy on January 1st for $18,000. So many times, if doctors do bad in their surgery, or they make a mistake when they pull their customers' teeth out, and something bad happens, they have to have some insurance to cover some lawsuits or cover the whatever the customer wants them to pay. So the doctors have insurance. Okay. So purchased 6-month malpractice insurance policy on January 1st for $18,000. So $18,000 worth prepaid insurance. So January 1st, they should have the dentist have already recorded prepaid prepaid insurance, $18,000, and cash $18,000. So this is the January 1st journal when the prepaid insurance was purchased. Now, after 1 month, adjusting entry, we already used some of our asset, which is prepaid insurance for 1 month. So, $18,000, and this is for 6 months coverage. 6 months coverage. So $18,000 times 1/6, because we only used 1 month out of 6-month coverage. It will equal $3,000. So we have to cancel some of our asset, prepaid insurance, $3,000, and insurance expense, $3,000 on the debit side. So in the January 31st, the adjusting entries should be like this. And if you see, after crediting prepaid insurance on the January 31st, $3,000 worth of prepaid insurance on the debit side will balance 15,000 at the end of January 31st. So our asset has decreased because we have already used insurance service for 1 month. Okay, number 5. Number 5, it says purchased $1,600 worth of dental supplies. And on January 31st, determined that 700 of supplies were on hand. So if you see that the dentist has bought $1,600 worth of supplies, but now he used some portion of it, and he has 700 on hand, which is left over. Okay, so we have to calculate how much is used. This is what we're interested in. So how do you calculate this? So this will be what? 700 minus 1600, right? Which is minus 900. Should be 900. So we can see that we have used 900 worth of supplies for 1 month. So we have to recognize the supplies, and the supplies expense, $900, and we have to deduct supplies by how much? The equal amount is $900. So for your adjusting entries, you should have this journal. Okay? That's it for exercise 3-8. Very, very simple. Not many of you got this one wrong. So we will cover problem 3-5A in our TA session. I think it will be on Friday, and hopefully you can cover them all because it is a very long question. Okay, and have a nice holiday for the rest. Thanks.